Hi, and welcome to Scrum Dynamics, episode 25. My name is Neil Benson, and my mission is to help everyone succeed using the Scrum framework to implement Microsoft Dynamics 365. I'm going to be changing things up in the next few episodes. I'm going to be answering just one question in each episode and trying to keep it under 10 minutes. You can catch these episodes on the Scrum Dynamics podcast, on the CRM.Audio network, and the video clips on YouTube at youtube.com/customary. I'd love you to get involved and get your questions answered. You can email scrum@customary.com, or even better, send me a voicemail by visiting my website, customary.com. That's the word customer with a Y on the end. Click on the send voicemail widget on the right hand side. Or even better yet, why don't you send me your question via video using something like Loom to record it, Loom. Use Loom, record a short clip, and email it to me. I'll send you one of these amazing customary Lego minifigures if your question features on the show. Look at that, isn't that awesome?
Maplytics by Inogic is a market-leading, certified for Dynamics 365 geo-analytical mapping app. Maplytics empowers users with powerful map visualization and writing capabilities within Dynamics 365 to drive better sales, improve business processes, and engage the right customers at the right time. Maplytics now works with Dynamics 365 version 9 and the Dynamics 365 app for mobile and tablet devices. Inogic is a leading, gold-certified Microsoft ISV, delivering best-in-class Dynamics 365 solutions, as well as high-quality and cost-effective programming services.
This episode features a question from Ruan Kilian. He's a Dynamics 365 developer from here in Brisbane, Australia. It sounds like Ruan is well prepared for his team's daily Scrum meeting every morning. Is that a good thing? Or is it possible to be over-prepared for your daily Scrum? Let's hear from Ruan.
Hi Neil, Ruan from Brisbane, Australia. Is it acceptable for a developer to prepare, write down the answer to the 3 questions and read it out to the team during the daily Scrum?
So Ruan is taking a minute or two to prepare answers to the 3 questions we normally answer in the daily Scrum. Is that acceptable? Yeah, I think it's perfectly acceptable. Ruan, if I was your Scrum Master, I wouldn't stop anyone from preparing their answers. There are some benefits and maybe some potential drawbacks though. Let's consider those. But before we discuss them, let's remind ourselves of the purpose of the daily Scrum. The daily Scrum is for the developers to sync up every day. When we're using Scrum, the Dynamics 365 development team, comprised of analysts, configurators, developers, testers, and whoever else is needed in your dev team, they catch up frequently. Every day, in fact. They move forward day by day towards the sprint goal, and sprint by sprint we move forward towards the project's goals. The daily Scrum is held so that we know what's been completed, what items need work, and who needs some help. But it's important to remember it's not a status report. It's not for the benefit of the product owner, although she's welcome to drop in case the team's got any questions. And it's not a report to the Scrum Master. He's there at the development team's request to help facilitate Scrum events and to make them as productive as possible. That includes ensuring the daily Scrum stays on topic and is completed in under 15 minutes. I recommend that we ask ourselves these 3 questions in every daily Scrum. What did I achieve yesterday? What do I plan on achieving today? And are there any blockers in my way? Ask questions that focus on achievement, not on what you did, because achievement focuses on our accomplishments and our objectives. When we answer, what did I do yesterday, or what will I do today, what tends to happen is we try and make ourselves sound busy. We describe busy work that we had, like meetings and workshops, instead of the outcomes. Busy work doesn't help us achieve the sprint goal. So Ruan, I think there's some benefits to writing down your answers to the daily Scrum. One is it shows you're being mindful. You're taking a few minutes to consider what you've achieved and what you plan to achieve today. That shows concentration, and the results of that are a more thoughtful answer. You're focusing on what's important, and you're going to skip the fluff, and that's better information from your team. So that's one benefit. Number 2, if you're like me, I'm not a very nostalgic person. I'm not the best at spontaneously reciting details from yesterday. There's usually so much going on, both in my job and in my head, that the moment of reflection gives me a chance to catch up. That means I don't miss any important accomplishments or objectives that my team needs to know about. And the third benefit, if you're a slightly anxious person, not comfortable in front of people, even a team of people that like you and trust you, written answers could help. So Ruan, if you're a bit shy, if you're a shy developer who gets stuck for words, then a little preparation is probably a good idea for you. Go for it. But there are a couple of potential downsides. Your Scrum Master should watch out for these. Productive daily Scrums have lots of healthy interactions. They have insightful questions, there's action items coming up, and we're making plans to address impediments together, and we're going to review designs and swarm on stories that are stuck. We're going to brainstorm ideas together later in the day as a team. There's lots of eye contact with listening eyes. All the developers are paying attention to each other, and we're concentrating on our teammates' achievements, their plans, and their blockers. There is a risk if you prepare all your answers on paper that you become fixated on that piece of paper, head down, waiting for your turn. Then just reading it out and not listening or paying attention to what other people are saying. You're not interacting and you're not being present in your team's daily Scrum. And there is a big risk that if your daily Scrum is nothing more than a bunch of developers reading scripts to each other, well, you may as well do it by email or in Microsoft Teams. And that's definitely not what we want. Ruan, go ahead and prepare a couple of answers if the preparation time means that you can be even more present in your daily Scrum with your team. You can find out how you can have even more productive daily Scrums with your Dynamics 365 team by taking part in my daily Scrum quiz and signing up for my daily Scrum challenge. The quiz asks you 10 questions to assess the current state of your daily Scrums, and then the challenge sends you one tip each day for the next 10 days. I'd love you to experiment by applying the tips to your team's daily Scrum in the next sprint. The quiz and the challenge can be found at customary.com/daily scrum. It's not going to be posted on social media, so it's just for you if you're listening to the podcast or you're signed up as a Customary Insider. Of course, you're welcome to share it with your team, invite your Scrum Master, and discuss these ideas at your next sprint retrospective, and give it a go. That's customary.com/daily scrum. And remember, if you want one of these beautiful Lego minifigures, send your questions about applying daily Scrum to Dynamics 365. You can email scrum@customary.com, send a voicemail by clicking on the send voicemail button on my website at customary.com, or use Loom or another video service to record a short video and email it to me at scrum@customary.com. Thanks for joining me in this new format. Drop me a message on LinkedIn and let me know what you think. Until next time, stay agile and fantastic.